When dealing with tasks throughout life, one question you may end up asking is, my loved one is arrested, now what? Oftentimes, the process involves being arraigned, getting a mugshot, and having an interview, but what happens after that is not always that easy.
So, what happens? Well, you wait in the jail, and either they will release you on a bond, or you'll wait in the jail until you've been arraigned by the judge. Okay, now it's always the district court judge that arraigns you. At the arraignment, they'll set a bond, which will either be a personal bond, which means you can go on your own and you don't have to pay any money to the court or hire a bail bondsman or anything like that. But if you get a bond amount set, it could be a cash bond or a surety bond.
Knowing the basics of how the process can work can save you a lot of headache down the road.
You need to know this process because if you don't have an attorney with you, you can get caught up in some of this. Now, the police will lead you along the way, but the police are also the ones that are investigating you.
After the bond is set, the judge will then ask you to enter a plea.
So you'll either enter a plea of not guilty, guilty, or you'll stand mute. If you stand mute, the court will enter a plea of not guilty, okay? And then you'll be scheduled for a pretrial. At that time, the judge will ask you if you want a court-appointed attorney appointed for you. Then you can decide whether or not to have an attorney. I always advise people to have an attorney. Even if they don't like their advice, at least it's another set of ears to talk to.
Having a basic understanding in the process will allow you or a loved one to get through the process smoother.
If at any point during the process you get confused or you're not sure what to do, you can always contact one of your local attorneys, and most local attorneys will be willing to answer a few simple questions if you should have any, so please feel free to reach out to anybody.
With today's Legal Minute, I'm Wyatt Van Dynen.